Hi friends, welcome to Mindy's Journeys. Today's going to be a little different kind of conversation. I was given a link on YouTube. It was just kind of a, how things just kind of come up when your feeds and maybe have a lot of memories and thoughts. So I just kind of wanted to share my history of music and how it kind of affected my life, which is interesting. The first thing even happened before I was born. My mom loved Elvis Presley. I don't even know why. She never really said. I just know that she loved him. And when her and my dad got married, my dad had to wear blue suede shoes. So that's how much he affected her life. And I can remember the day that he died. I can remember my mom telling me, and I can remember being outside with a friend that lived across the street and telling her. And then even a little before that and a little after that, our community had movies during the week, during the summer for kids to go to. And they played a lot of Elvis's movies. When Elvis's movies play, we would go if it was something other than Elvis. But if Elvis had a movie playing, my mom would always come with us. And that was kind of nice because we'd get treats when my mom would come. Anyway, I can remember watching some of those movies at the movie theater. And then they used to have Elvis movies after school. And when those were on, my mom would sit and watch those with us. We were... she never made it to Graceland. She never seen any of his concerts. She had some 8-tracks in one of the cars that we had growing up. And my parents were kind of frugal, I guess. If they got anything, it was cheaper on sale. But I can remember getting this new car, and it had an 8-track player in it. And my mom went and bought some Elvis 8-tracks to play. So anyway, Elvis always played a role. I can remember playing house, and he was my husband because that's what I knew. And I guess at a young age, she must have said he was cute. I don't know. I found him cute. Even in looking at pictures today, I find him cute. So anyway, we go forward a little bit, and then my real heartthrob, the guy that was going to be my husband at some point in my life, was Prince. I can remember the first time I heard the word ejaculation, and it was in one of his songs. So he introduced me to a whole nother world, which I have a feeling my mom felt that same way about Elvis. But anyway, I loved Prince. It broke my heart when he died. I actually got to see him perform, and it was wonderful. And the people that were at the concert, it was his older concerts. The audience was so diverse. I mean, he touched so many people. But we were going to take my mom to Graceland. It was in 1997, I think it was. And that was going to be our family trip that year. Normally we went up to Wisconsin Dells, but that year we were going to take her to Graceland. She passed away that January, so she never got to go. So I hope I get to go see Prince's museum house before I die. So anyway, he changed my life. He always did. So part of my history, I worked in the hospitality industry for a lot of years, and I worked in a hotel where we had a lot of celebrities come through. So I was able to see a lot of concerts. I did pay for a few, and I got to see a lot for free. But I think it's the one that I paid for, and I wasn't working in the hotel at that time. It was Richard Marx, and I loved Richard Marx. I loved his music. I thought he was just the hottest thing. Different than Prince. I mean, it was a different type. But I enjoyed him. I paid to go see him. I was young. I think it was my first year in college. A friend came over and we went. It was just good. He then later stayed at... actually, I think I seen him twice, because the second time he didn't stay at our hotel. I knew he stayed at a different hotel, so of course we had to went there. And I did get his autograph for that. But the last time I saw him, he wasn't doing a concert in the city where I was at. He was doing it in another city. He just happened to be staying there. And we had a convention of women come through. And there was a movie by Rick Springfield. It was Hard to Hold, and he starred in it. And there was a scene where this lady says, grab the towel, grab the towel. And so anyway, I can remember Richard Marx was coming through the lobby. And it was a pretty long lobby. The front desk was right there. So he was going to a bank of elevators. And the convention broke. And there was some ladies coming around the corner. And you could see them point and talk. And so one of the ladies comes running through the lobby. And she's like, hold the elevator, hold the elevator. And she actually got right up in the elevator with Richard Marx. So that was kind of cool. Anyway. To why I'm talking about this, a video by Richard Marx came on, and I don't know, I think maybe I was looking up some dances and Dirty Dancing and Cynthia Rhodes, and then he clicked on. And it was a picture I hadn't really seen of him before. He looked good. He looked like a very powerful man. And, you know, he had a suit and a white shirt on, and he just looked elegant and just like a man in charge. So anyway, he had two videos. One was about breaking up, and I can't remember what the other name is. I should have looked it up before I did this video. I might have to go find them, and I'll put them in the links below. So if you haven't seen them, they're fantastic. If you like Richard Marx. Anyway, it was a whole different vibe. But I know how his music made me feel when I was younger. And how these two songs that I listened to made me feel very confident in myself. They were beautiful songs. The melody was good. His voice was just wonderful and smooth. Again, it was kind of like he was in control. And that's kind of what made me look back and think about how music affected my life. I am not a musician. I don't know how to play. I sing in the car. I dance in the car. Only to like Prince songs. My son he was the only one. When we were in the car riding together and a Prince song came on, he would let me listen to it. And even Bruno Mars, when that song came on, he would leave that on for me too. Something about the funk or whatever. Anyway. Because he knew how much Prince meant to me. So music does play a part in our life, even if we aren't musical, I guess. It displays a feeling, and just thinking about it, we need to keep those musics in schools. We need to make that available to kids, just so they can have an expression. And it does. It makes us feel, and that's a type of art. And sometimes we need to feel. It plays a role in each area of our lives. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. And maybe find some music that makes you feel very confident and very courageous. I know listening to those two new songs from Richard Marx, it made me feel very confident in myself. And I really like that feeling. So anyway, go out and be confident and courageous and enjoy this beautiful day that God has given us. Bye.